Well, it has happened again. A man votes for Trump, and his Peruvian wife gets arrested by ICE and thrown into a detention center. This time it's in Wisconsin. A man named Bradley Bartell voted for Trump. He liked Trump's whole tough on immigration promise. And now Bradley is begging for his wife to be released from an ICE detention center after she was detained at the airport and ripped away from their family. We're talking about Camila Munoz, his wife, who was in the process of getting her papers in order. She wasn't sneaking across the border. She wasn't hiding from authorities. She wasn't bringing in fentanyl nor fentanyl. She wasn't bringing in either. She legally applied for permanent residency. She had been vetted by the U.S. government. She was married to an American citizen. She followed the process the way people are supposed to. And none of it made a difference because she and her husband were flying home to Wisconsin after honeymooning in Puerto Rico, as Trump used to say it. At the airport, an immigration agent stops her, asks, "Are you an American citizen?" She answers honestly, "Not yet." ICE agents detain her on the spot. She's gone. This is the same story over and over and over again. People often assume that cruel, draconian immigration policies will only affect someone else. You know why? Because a lot of people assume it'll only affect the bad people, and everyone I know in these situations is a good person. It'll not touch my family. It won't touch my partner. It won't touch me. And that is a really common mindset among cult followers. We've talked about the overlaps between Trump and MAGA and cults. Trump's base believes that when he talks about punishing people, it'll only ever be other people. They will be spared because they're part of the good ones, that the system they empowered is going to distinguish between their loyalty, and they'll be granted immunity from the cruel draconian policies. But that's not how it works. When we saw the factory worker in Ohio vote for Trump and then lose his job when the plant shut down, he was not exempt, even though he was part of the cult. The MAGA diehard who stormed the Capitol January 6, 2021, because Trump had his back, ended up in prison, and Trump walked free. He wasn't exempt. Of course, Trump has since pardoned that individual, but they already did some time in prison. The guy a few weeks ago we talked about who voted Trump and his wife was deported to Venezuela. And now we've got Bradley Bartell cheered on Trump's immigration crackdowns until his wife was caught in the net, not exempt. When you unleash a system that is designed to be merciless, it doesn't care about your life and it doesn't care about your wife. It doesn't care that Camila Munoz had a job and paid taxes and was raising Bartell's 12-year-old son as if he were her own. It doesn't distinguish that she was legally married to a U.S. citizen with in-process paperwork and a seemingly inevitable path to citizenship, because that's what the Constitution says. The system didn't care that her only crime was a visa overstay caused by COVID shutting down flights out of the United States. So what we learn is that the cult members aren't ultimately spared, but also that this whole thing was never really about targeting the violent criminals, which they told us. It's about mass roundups, it's about fear tactics, and it's about stoking really the worst instincts of Trump's base, which sometimes end up pointed right back at the very cult members. And part of the reason that this is happening is that ICE is under major pressure from Trump's White House to ramp up the detentions. Why? Because they're struggling to find people. Instead of tracking down actual dangerous criminals, which to a degree they're doing, but they're struggling to find them, they're sweeping people up like Camila Munoz at airport checkpoints because it's easier. It's lower hanging fruit in a way. The guy who voted for this now sees the truth. And now he says, we need a system that shows people mercy. It reminds me, if I'm honest, of when we hear about anti-gay congressman changes his mind when his daughter comes out as a lesbian, and all of a sudden he wants humanity. And it's very disturbing that so many people in this country, in the world, sure, but we're looking at it here, so many people are unable to say, oh, I can imagine what this would be like, even if I don't expect to be in the situation. Bradley Bartell is now in that situation. And now he's realizing that the Trump immigration machine does not care about fairness. It doesn't care about families. It doesn't care about common sense. So Bartell now is going to watch his family's savings drain into legal fees. His wife will sit in a detention center. It'll be terrible for their 12-year-old. And the dream of buying a house and raising kids starts to be replaced by one question. Did he really think that the rules wouldn't apply to him? And the answer seems to be no. He didn't think the rules would apply to him. Big companies with poor security get hacked every day. And your personal information is being sold on the dark web so criminals can target you. Not something I have to worry about as much since I have Aura. Our sponsor, Aura, vigilantly scans the dark web to see if any of your personal information has been leaked, like login credentials or addresses, social security number. Aura also will alert you in real time if any criminals use that information fraudulently, for example, to try to open a credit card. And to keep you from getting hacked in the first place, Aura offers additional safety features like advanced anti-malware and password management for every device you have. And your subscription comes with $5 million in identity theft insurance just in case. Aura even provides parental controls to let kids explore the internet safely with tools to filter harmful sites, manage apps, and limit screen time. Go to aura.com/Pacman to try it for 2 weeks totally free. With the free trial, it takes only seconds to see if your personal data has already been compromised. Protect yourself and your family now. The link is in the description.